It is spooky season. Halloween is right around the corner, so how can you get your toys out of your collection room and into the house? Halloween is the best time to do it, I think. Decorate with your action figures. Maybe the ladies love it. Anyway, we're going to give you what we think are some of the best Halloween action figures. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Strong Collectors Podcast. I'm your host, Dakota, here with my co-host, Jordan, and we are talking Halloween action figures. So these don't necessarily have to be Halloween specific, but maybe there's some sort of monster or creature that goes well with the holiday, because I always enjoy when I can take things from the shelf and put them out into the main house. So we're going to kind of go through, I would assume...
Invade the common space.
Exactly. So we're going to kind of go through, this is mainly what we collect. I mean, you maybe say like, oh, this Super 7 thing is great, or this, I don't know, hot toy. We don't have those, so we're going to be mainly sticking to maybe Marvel Legends, NECA, McFarlane's, Mythic Legions, maybe something
Mezco
else.
or two.
Maybe a Mezco or two. But those are kind of be the main hub, and they're usually kind of, aside from Mezco, McFarlane's especially, you can get some cheap figures that would go well with your Halloween decorations. So, Jordan, off the bat, what's the first one you're thinking of that's a good display?
Well, I go right to my NECA Universal Monsters. Those are kind of my favorite. I just love the Universal Monsters. I think NECA does a really good job. I believe the first one I got was this Frankenstein up here.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I think they're all pretty good. I would say Frankenstein's a standout. They did a Wolfman that's really good. I like their... I'll grab them real quick. Invisible Man is pretty cool.
Okay.
Because he's got, like, I don't know if you can tell, like, this effect.
Oh, yeah.
Where, like, his head ports in, but there's, like, dead space, so it looks like in the movie, where his wrappings are coming undone, but he's still invisible.
Yeah.
So obviously they're not like crazy in the realm of articulation, but I think the sculpts are really good. They all come in really cool packaging. Like I've kept all the packaging for all of them, and they always have a lot of accessories. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with all those. I just actually got the creature from the Mythic Lagoon, which has yet to be integrated, but he's another high-ranking one. I'm not as into a lot of the accessory kits.
I was just going to ask about that.
Warning. I think the mummy one with the like sarcophagus is pretty cool. Mm-hmm. The Frankenstein like table I was hoping would be a little better. It's kind of it's really weird. It's in like a whole bunch of pieces, so you pretty much it's kind of like a Lego. You got to build the whole thing.
Okay.
But it's like plastic. You know what I'm saying? So you're kind of like forcing, and I'm like, I'm gonna break this. So I have it all built, but I've never really done much with it. Maybe I can find a way to do that. And then the Dracula one, it's a coffin, but it's kind of flimsy. So those aren't huge recommendations, but if you like the Universal Monsters or even just want some spooky figures, I think they're definitely good. I think they're coming out with like a Frankenstein with the chair in the second movie that he's like chained up in, so I'm kind of excited for that. Okay. But I would definitely say out of the Universal Monsters, probably Frankenstein, Wolfman, probably Invisible Man are my favorites so far.
Nice. Let me move my camera to the side here just a little bit. And then I'm going to say the Mythic Legions Figura Obscura 4 Horsemen, Headless Horseman, is maybe one of my favorites, or at least, kind of definitely fits with the Halloween theme. You've got a flaming pumpkin head that you can either have in his hand or on him. The horse. I think that one's a good one.
Yeah.
Wired cape. A little bit more on the expensive side. I mean, your NECAs are usually like, what, $40, $35?
Like 37, I think, is what they're usually around.
Yeah. I can't remember what the Headless Horseman was, but wasn't he like 150?
That was 120 when 120? He came out.
Yeah. So much more on the more expensive side, but I think even the artwork with the box, the figure itself, for 120, I think it's worth it. So, I don't know. And then I think sticking within Mythic Legions, you've got a few options. Like there's a lot of skeletons you can have out. I think the troll could work. The demons, I think Belphegor, good option. And then all of my custom and regular demons back here. I don't know if I probably won't take them off my shelf. That's what I was thinking, is the troll be like fighting off some skeletons would be kind of cool. So, I don't know. What else are you thinking, Jordan?
Well, yeah, I've got obviously my skeletons too, which I think make good additions. I'm excited for the Maxilius, the Harvester, to have both like the Grim Reaper type and then also just a cool base skeleton body. So I anticipate that getting into the collection. On the Mythic Legions, you can see it was such a hit that my wife wanted to start knitting him cloth goods.
Oh, nice.
So
you should post that in the Cabal.
So if you need a little, because the one thing, I mean, I do like it. I like the clock. I have that up here. This one was kind of hard in some ways. In like the cloth goods, in some senses, are kind of like so thick on him because he's got like 3 pieces. But overall, I think it's a really cool figure. I like the packaging. I like the clock. Figure itself. I never showed you the. Maybe I'll send you a picture.
I was
later.
Gonna say, don't do it here. Everybody's. I'm surprised that people haven't posted that because I still don't know what it looks like under there.
Yeah, I've never seen it posted, but I think he's a great addition. So I'm still figuring out how exactly to incorporate him into the monster display because of the scale. Yeah, that's one thing with the NECAs. They are kind of bigger, so it's a little harder to integrate them. They're like 7-inch scale.
Would he fit better with the like your Atticus Doom and stuff?
I think so.
Okay,
but even then, he might be kind of big.
Okay,
for those. So I don't know.
Yeah,
but
okay.
I like. Yeah, I think Legions has a lot of good options as far as like more Halloween horror,
and especially kind of like you were saying with that Necronominus wave coming. Did you end up getting the 2-pack of Necronominus and Conibus, the skeleton horse, or did you pass on that?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I think
good.
I have one ordered.
Smart, Jordan. Smart. That one. Good. Did you order 1 or did you order 2?
I think I may have ordered 2.
Okay, good. I was trying to tell you because it was cheaper to buy both of them, but I was like, that's one that you want to rock and one to stock.
I think you ran your wizard math formula and I followed it. So
yeah, because I think it was like $10 less to get the 2-pack, but then usually those 2-packs, which I think is kind of, this is getting a little off topic here, but this is my podcast and I'll talk about what I want. I think the Mythic Legions are almost suffering from the same thing that the HasLabs are suffering from, or at least Galactus, because Sentinel was really high. Everybody saw that Sentinel was high. Mythic Legions, the early stuff is super expensive. It's like $200+ for a figure. People see that now where the community is bigger, they buy extras, so it kind of floods the market a little bit too much. The original, I can't remember what the first one was, maybe Arethyr and his horse. That 2-pack is a bit more expensive versus I'm curious to see what happens with Necronominus and his horse. I think that'll display really cool, and I think people are going to like that a lot. But the problem is there's a lot more collectors now, so I'm curious to see how that goes. I still think it's going to be sought after because there's always new people joining, but I just wonder how many others thought, ooh, get 1 to rock, 1 to stock. Back to our regularly scheduled programming of Halloween figures. I think another one, maybe the best one, other than like your specific like Mummy, Dracula, stuff like that, is McFarlane. I think his mega figures specifically, like Man-Bat and Necron, even Violator, a lot of the Spawn stuff can be.
Do you remember who it's going to be?
Swamp Thing? Oh, look at that. I know.
I think he's a fun other spooky addition too.
Yeah.
Definitely goes well. But yeah, especially for the value, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
getting a substantial figure. And, like other people coming into your house don't need to know the figures to know like, oh, that looks like it belongs with the Halloween stuff. So, and I think Necron being kind of like a Grim Reaper looking, like his whole chest cavities open, exposing his heart. That's very Halloween. I mean, he's got all the vampires now. I feel like those would work.
Oh, yeah, the DC vampires, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think you could also argue there's a place for sure for Halloween decor when it comes to like Batman and Spawn. I think you could incorporate those a little bit too. Especially I like the Year 2 Batman. I think with that like display and the tombstone backdrop, kind of fun. And then Spawn, of course, being more in that realm of monsters and demons and all that stuff.
Maybe I'll see about putting... Oh, I don't have Cyborg. Do I have Cygor out here? Yeah, Cygor. I think he would work. Cybernetic Gorilla, ginormous. I think that could work out well. I think I tried last year putting out my Malbosia, but Savannah was like, "Nah, that's too much. I don't want to see that."
Is that the one that I got you?
Yeah.
With the like stringy hair from...
Right.
That thing is pretty gross.
Yeah. Like, I don't think it's necessarily as... You wouldn't think it's as like classically scary as the Mega Figure Violator, but I think just because it's so like... It's like a skinny, fat demon with a way too big of oversized jaw. And then, yeah, that like kind of old Barbie hair feeling material. It's just kind of a gross figure. You got another one for us, Jordan?
I mean, my Atticus Doom
I do.
Is much beloved by me. I have the regular one, and then I have pretty much all the accessories for the Necroverse and the Magical Enhancement Kit. So nice. I think it's cool because you get a lot of possibilities with him. I like to display him all the time because, I think he's pretty great. But I think he especially goes well with my Doc Nocturnal up here. I'm going to get him.
Yeah.
You can see him in all his glory. But, let's go. Stand droop a little bit. Oh. But I like a lot of his features. I don't have the extra stuff on him. But I think he's pretty cool. I think he goes well with Doc Nocturnal. Especially I like the comics. I think those make a nice display piece too.
Yeah.
So these are the two. I mean, I know. Oh, I guess I've got another Mezco too.
You do.
I like for Halloween. Yeah. I've got a lot.
No.
I do have the Mosquatch, which I'm not as enthralled with as I would like to be. So there's that. But I've also got, what I know? Theodore Sodcutter.
Yeah.
That's
just good. That looks good. See, that's why I want you to have him. I could never get him posed cool like that. Glad he's yours.
Thank you. So yeah, those are the three Mezcos that I think are pretty cool for Halloween displays. Like I said, still figuring out ways to integrate because the NECAs are kind of their own scale.
Yeah.
And the Mezcos are their own scale. And the Mezcos don't really go with the Legends, so none of them really, I don't know. I was trying to think of like Legends Halloween figures that I like.
I mean, I think you can do your kind of classic like Blade. I think he's, especially the new one, is kind of vampire huntery, like with the screaming head. I don't think the old one, like that's more of like you kind of have to know who Blade is to realize that like, oh, that's why he's out here. I think Man-Thing could work.
Yeah.
Your zombie Captain America would be a good one.
I still have that soft spot in my heart for the Toy Biz Man Spider, though.
Yeah, for sure. I was thinking also Toy Biz MODOK and Mojo. I don't think MODOK is usually as gross as that Toy Biz one looks, but that Toy Biz one looks disgusting. And same with Mojo.
Yeah, those are pretty gross, aren't they? And then the classic monster set, of course, which I guess the more I was thinking about it, though, the more I'm like, I would like Legends to get back on the monster train, I'm
surprised they haven't done another werewolf.
Yeah, I would love to see a Werewolf by Night. Again, just basically that whole set from Toy Biz.
Yeah.
Zombie, Frankenstein's monster, Dracula, and Werewolf, I think would be cool to see again.
Yeah.
My holy grail of Halloween displays will be Frankencastle when he finally gets made, but I think you could even work in like a Scarlet Witch type thing. If you wanted to have her
Yeah.
or Doctor Strange, I think they could make for fun.
Spellcasters. Yeah.
Right. Kind of more of
You
that.
could even have them like
Maybe.
summoning the skeletons or something like that.
Right.
I like
or
that.
Maybe if you got your mindless one. I still don't have him.
I don't have him yet either.
But I got a leg.
The
So
Void.
I'm on my way.
When the Void comes out, that'll be a good one.
Oh yeah, he'd be another good Halloween piece too.
Yeah, I think. I mean, you have them all. You'd have to dust them off, but your select zombies.
Oh yeah, I can't believe I forgot about those. Yeah. I think. Do I have all those?
I thought you did. I think you were missing some of the bases.
Yeah, I have them all, except for I'm missing. Oh, which base?
Was it Magneto's base? Hulk?
I think it might be the Hulk and Magneto, because they all connect to make like the torn up parts of the Silver Surfer,
Yeah.
which I think is pretty cool. But yeah, I gotta get those up. I honestly forgot about those. Yeah, those would be very high on my again, not super articulated,
Right.
but I think they're very well sculpted.
They get the point across.
Cool. They're kind of pricey though to get those. I mean, I think. So I don't know if there's like even a licensing thing on that, but that would, and they probably want to promote their own, like Disney Plus zombies. But I think those kind of zombies, the like classic, well I guess classic now, I don't know, from the original comics,
right,
are kind of more the zombie look that I prefer.
Yeah, I agree. But, and
I guess you'd have a skeleton head Galactus.
Yeah, true. But yeah, just the details on those. Like I remember you having the Captain America and like his whole top half of his head comes off and exposes the brain. That I don't know if that might be the pinnacle of getting your superhero action figures displayed for Halloween. Those are good. Those are good.
I wish I still had pictures, man. I don't think I do, but I don't know if you were ever.
I remember
probably
what
like
you're
in
talking
high school.
about.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
I had that little ledge in my room, and I had the zombie cap in the middle, and I had all my busted legends over the years.
Because those Toy Biz ones were easy to break, yeah.
Yeah, so he's like holding Electro's arm, and like Electro's on the ground, and he's got like. They've got like Daredevil ripped in half in the back.
Yeah.
It's just like
I had an original, like one of the Mach 1 Iron Man's that arm broke off, and you used him too.
I think I had him more as like a zombie, where he's just lumbering around with his one arm.
Yeah.
But
I remember that was a cool display. You should. I would be surprised if you can dig up those pictures, but
I can honestly probably recreate it, to be quite honest, because I think I still have all my busted. I have a whole bag just full of Toy Biz busted figures that I don't really know what to do with. But
yeah, and I think you've got a broken Ghost Rider now too, and because that was one that I got from Rob.
One-armed Ghost Rider.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'll take that for George's birthday, and he's like, hey man, sorry I broke it. All right, whatever.
I've got a busted Apocalypse.
Yeah.
I think one that I had was
I had the Dio.
Yeah, I had the Dio for the Xavier's Gifted School, and then I just had Professor's like X's wheelchair just turned over.
Yeah,
somebody got to him.
Do you still have Iceman?
I don't know if I do. I don't know if I even had him back then. He might have gotten tossed early on.
That was the first one. Oh, in that display. Okay, yeah, so that was the first one I broke of yours.
I've got a headless Silver Centurion Iron Man.
I think you might have a legless Iron Fist too, because I remember I broke
might need to take a picture of all my assembled busted toys.
That would be cool.
Show everybody our graveyard. But I think that's like kind of a fun idea on like how to use fodder or busted pieces or whatever. So
yeah, use them as torn up zombie parts. I think also the either Hasbro or Diamond Select Lizard are both pretty good. You've got him back there.
Yeah.
So I think those both would work. I think, I don't know, not the Toy Biz. I mean, yeah, I guess the Toy Biz Lizard would also work, but the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure one is kind of a little bit more scary looking, more monstrous.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you could always use like the Demo Goblin or even the older Hobgoblin's got kind of like a weird tongue out.
I was even thinking about, for some reason, like even the animated series one with Mary Jane, Green Goblin, kind of strikes me as Halloween-ish.
Yeah.
Kind of with his just bright colors and kind of he's in like a goofy costume. But Yeah, I think that'd be a good one.
I think you get some like classic McFarlane Jokers out there. Because I feel
Oh,
like
speaking of classic McFarlane, I do have one. I haven't convinced Sam to let me put him out, so I got to figure this out. But this is from The Fly.
oh, okay. I remember you
This
getting
is
him
an
on Whatnot.
old, like this is in Movie Maniacs. So
Yeah.
I've got the here. I'm gonna grab it too. It's got the, you know how he would do this with like the movie poster,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is pretty cool.
That is cool.
But this one is just gross. Have you seen this movie?
No, I haven't seen any scary movie ever.
It's more of a sci-fi, dude. But
If it looks like
know,
that, I
know.
haven't seen it. No.
He starts turning into a fly man, and this one is so gross because like it's like I don't know if there's like hairs coming out of his body.
Wow. Gross.
It's like he's like turning it like he's part his DNA fuses with a fly, and he has these like fuzzy tendril. It's kind of nasty, to be quite honest. I feel a little gross holding it. But I think that one's kind of fun.
Yeah.
I think I also have he made a Headless Horseman from the Sleepy Hollow movie that I have somewhere. Oh, and then my NECA movie monsters. I have a Jason.
Mm-hmm.
I like my. I mean, they have all the different movie. You know,
Right.
I got the Jasons, the Freddys. I got like Scream.
Mm-hmm.
They may have done a leather. I don't know if they've done a Leatherface, but
I feel like I remember seeing that, but maybe not. I don't
Michael
know.
Myers. You know, NECA kind of for me is the standard of those movie monsters. But yeah, I like that fly too. I think he's fun.
Yeah, that's definitely disgusting.
Definitely gross.
I think, what did I put out last? I put out the the Batman cartoon Man Bat that you used to have, the like white one. I think that one looks cool. I think that Clayface that McFarlane did is also a good kind of looks like a tar monster a little bit, and it's got like faces within the like clay, I think like skulls or something. That might have been all I had out for my Halloween displays last year, but I think that's all I got. I can't think of any other Marvel Legends. I'm sure there are some other Marvel Legends that like are monster-ish, maybe like a beast or something like that. I'd probably go with like the AOA Dark Beast. I feel like he's a little bit more scary-ish looking, but yeah. If you've got any,
I mean, if we had that Engine of Vengeance, that would be the centerpiece.
True. I don't even know if that like. I guess kinda. I think the light up effects would make it.
That's mainly thing about Mephisto too.
But... Oh yeah, Mephisto would have worked. I mean, if you got the NECA one, or not the NECA, but the Diamond Select. Honestly, like I would, if I had that one, I wouldn't have that one because I would have sold it because it's way too expensive.
I've had them before.
Yeah,
I sold them.
And I think most of them, kind of like the one you had, just all have spaghetti legs. So.
Oh yeah, his legs are like straight up noodles.
But I don't know. I think that's
too soon to say honorable mention Zombie Giant Man.
Oh yeah.
Well, I guess actually that could be.
By the time this
you may or may not
come out, it'll have already ended. So let us know from the future. Did this is Zombie Giant Man a part of the collection yet, or I don't know. I don't know. We'll know by the time this posts. So it's not looking good though.
What about your gargoyles? You
mentioned them. That's true.
Kind of monsters.
Yeah. Yeah, I think especially like Hudson looks really good as just like his darker colors. Maybe I will have to get the gargoyles out, put those on display because I feel like I really like them. I'm probably going to be like nearly a completist on the line, but I just haven't really got them in it because their wings are so ginormous. I've only got
real estate.
What do I have? I only have Goliath with the folded wings. I don't think I have any other folded winged characters. But yeah, I'm going to get pretty much one of every character. I'll skip on the like video game Goliath and there's going to be a bunch of different variations of Goliath. Probably won't get Thailog either. Maybe if they do like a more modern Thailog, like how he looks in the comics, he's a little bit more armored up. I like that look. But even the humans, I'm going to end up getting those, even though I think they look a little bit boring compared to the monsters. How am I going to not have like a Elisa and a Xanatos? Macbeth, I think you would seem like you would like Macbeth too. He just looks like a regular monster hunter.
All
So, but yeah, I think that is our list of at least what we can think of right now that would work as some good Halloween decorations. If you have ideas, let us know. Yeah, I mean, like I said,
Let us see your monster displays.
Yeah, I mean, you could tag us on Instagram. We don't really promote Instagram too often here, but Strong Collectors on Instagram. And that's pretty much, yeah. I don't know how else you can send us an email, but that'd be kind of weird. All right. Make sure you're liking, sharing, subscribing. Leave us a comment. Tell us what you like. And until next time, stay strong.
What's that about?
Nah, I've just been enjoying reading. I want to keep reading my X-Men, and not worth putting it down for Loki.
But dude, they're developing Kang, your favorite.
Makes me want to read X-Men even more.
I'm going to read X-Men. What is that, Michael Scott? I'm going to start dating her even harder.
I was going to say, I'm going to start reading
What does
my
that
X-Men
mean?
even harder.
What does that mean? You know what it means.